Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up on the news, a York husband is accused of shooting and killing his wife last night. We talked to her family and friends.
Plus, a deadly shootout in Omaha leaves 2 police officers injured. But first,
I think the part that gets me is like the first person I remember thinking about when I was leaving the store was the pregnant lady that I just walked by.
Some very scary moments at an Omaha Target store this afternoon after a man opens fire inside the store. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. Now, coming up, we're going to have a live report from Omaha as we hear from more workers who witnessed today's active shooter situation.
but first, let's get you updated on what exactly happened. Around noon today, police say a man armed with an AR-15 rifle came into the Target store at 178th and West Center Road and fired multiple rounds. Omaha police responded and fatally shot the suspect.
Now, the good news in all of this, no reports of any shoppers or Target workers being hurt. This afternoon, Omaha police updated the media on the active shooter situation.
Here, everybody in the city responded to this call if they were able to. The first arriving officers went into the building, confronted the suspect, and shot him dead. The suspect is a white male. I'm going to estimate that he's in his 30s. He had a AR-15 rifle with him and plenty of ammunition.
Now, the chief says the man entered the Target and started firing, and police responded within minutes, killing the shooter at the front of the store. It's unclear if the suspect was trying to actually shoot anyone. And as you can imagine, a terrifying moment for the people who were inside the store today.
Channel 8's Jessica Blum joins us live from that Target store with more on that. Jessica?
Yeah, Rod and Megan, just as you said, I spoke with a witness today that told me shoppers heard a loud noise who didn't think it was a gunshot at first. It wasn't until she noticed that a woman's face turned white and yelled gun that she truly knew what was happening. As she ran from the store, she also saw people in the parking lot that were in a frantic, including one woman who was banging on the window of another car, just trying to get to a safe spot to escape from today. Again, panic settling in for all.
The shots, they continue, and you don't know when you walk out. Like, is it like an ambush thing? Are you gonna walk out and get shot when you walk out? You know? Thankfully that didn't happen.
Omaha police and forensics will continue this investigation into this evening, and Target also said that along with being closed for the rest of the day, they will work closely with OPD in reopening the store. Employees are kept up to date on active shooter training and were able to act swiftly today, also with the quick responses from OPD for the best possible outcome today. Again, reporting in West Omaha, Jessica Blum, Channel 8 News.
Jessica, thank you very much for that live report. And it's been a dangerous 24 hours for Omaha police. 2 of their officers were shot during a shootout last night.
The officers, who are expected to be okay, exchanged fire with a suspect at Dino's Storage there in Omaha. That suspect was killed. It all happened around 10:30 last night with a report of an armed man breaking into a unit there.
They encountered a white male in his late 30s. A struggle ensued between the 2 officers and the white male in the late 30s. Gunfire was exchanged. 2 officers were transported to Nebraska Medicine with lower extremity gunshot wounds. I am told they are in stable condition.
Police say one officer was shot near his knee, the other his upper leg. We did receive an update a short time ago. One of the officers was treated and released. The other is being held for observation. The suspect, a 38-year-old man, was hit multiple times in the shootout. A York husband is accused of shooting and killing his wife last night.
Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiter spoke with family and friends of the victim today in York.
York police say that on Monday night at around 9:45, they were sent to this house on a reported shooting. When they arrived, they found an unresponsive woman with multiple gunshot wounds inside. The woman, 46-year-old Stacy Butler, was pronounced dead at the scene. A short time later, police received information about the suspect who was in another house in York. They arrested 47-year-old Bart Butler, Stacy's husband, who was accused of first-degree murder, use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, and possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person. Stacy's mother, Sandy Turner, says the couple was visiting from Arizona and had been staying with her since November. She said the two had been through some hard times in their life and were supporting each other.
They were really Two very nice people. She faced a lot of trial in her life, but everybody does. And she'd come through it all. She was very happy.
She says they were married for about 6 months, but had previously known each other in high school. A friend of Stacy's said she's mad and that Stacy didn't deserve what happened to her.
She had the most bubbly personality. She'd get along with anybody. She didn't have anybody that didn't like her. She was very welcoming. She was very loving. She's just an amazing person all the way around.
Police say Mr. Butler was taken into custody shortly after the initial report, and there's no indication that anyone else was involved. Reporting in York, this is Matthew Mittleiter, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Matthew. Another crime news tonight. Police say an 85-year-old woman fell victim to an internet scam costing her $53,000.
They say it started when she got a notice on her computer saying a stranger was using her information to gamble online. She called the number that was provided, and it was someone claiming to be from her bank who told her to transfer the money to another account. The legislature's Education Committee is talking about salaries in Nebraska schools.
A bill introduced by Senator Dave Merman would put in place a salary cap statewide for superintendents. Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us live in studio with more. Veronica?
The bill would cap superintendent salaries at 5 times the salary of a starting teacher. Many say this would affect some districts, mostly in areas like Omaha and Lincoln. Right now, the Lincoln Public School superintendent's base salary is $324,000 a year. A starting salary for a teacher in Lincoln is around $47,000. It means that under the bill, LPS superintendent would be making no more than $235,000 a year, which is about $90,000 less. While supporters say it's relief for taxpayers, those opposing it say it would make it harder to find the best candidates.
The President of the United States, if I'm correct, makes $400,000 a year. That is not a lot higher than the superintendent in Lincoln High and or Lincoln Public Schools.
While we appreciate Senator Merman's efforts to promote transparency and accountability in our public school districts, this artificial cap on superintendent pay would limit our ability to recruit quality candidates in the future.
Opponents also say the bill limits the power of local school boards, who are the ones responsible for hiring a superintendent. The bill has support from senators across the political spectrum, but also some are against it. If the bill is passed in committee, it will then go to the legislative floor for more discussion.
Veronica, thank you very much for that story. And staying at the Capitol, another bill discussed in the Education Committee. One senator wants students involved in science and technology.
Senator Justin Wayne's bill is called the Adopt the STEAM Development Act. These courses would encourage middle and high schoolers into careers like science, technology, engineering, and also math. He says this would open the path for future professionals in our state.
And where we have to move as a state is in innovation. If you look at the biggest technology producers and the biggest human capital producers and where they are going to states and cities that have innovation.
Each lesson is designed as a game, as they are familiar with and can associate with to enhance their learning experience.
If approved, $5 million would be allocated to the Department of Education from the general fund each fiscal year for the bill's purposes. And some Nebraska senators are hoping to put a bounty on the heads of coyotes,
as well as other animals that prey on pheasants. They want $500,000 to pay hunters for the carcasses of 50,000 predators. Foxes, skunks, and badgers would also qualify for the reward money along with coyotes, which would be $10 an animal. Supporters say the program would help restore Nebraska's pheasant population. Surveys by Game and Parks show a steady decline in game birds since the 1980s. Governor Pillen is endorsing Suzanne Geist, who's hoping to become Lincoln's next mayor.
He made the announcement at the state capitol. Geist says her goals include promoting economic growth to attract business investments here in Lincoln. The Lincoln Police Union just endorsed Geist last week as well.
Another chilly overnight and morning. Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins is back. Rusty, I know you came back just in time for the warm-up, right?
Yeah, I timed that just right, didn't I? Temperatures were cold this morning and really cold in some spots. We did warm up across the state, but overall it was a chilly start to the day. Here's a look at those temperatures. We have 20s below zero near Scottsbluff. In fact, 22 degrees for below zero for an overnight low in Scottsbluff, tied the record low for this date. Everybody else in the western half of the state below zero. And above zero, but just barely for the eastern half of the state. 2 degrees is where we started out in the capital city. But like I said, we rebounded okay considering where we started. 26 in Lincoln, 23 for the high in Hebron, 17 in Norfolk, 23 in Grand Island, 18 in Holdridge. Not a cloud in the sky. It's a really quiet satellite and radar, and not much going on in Beatrice either. Apparently the camera decided not to work. Maybe it'll kick in. Sometimes it does. Oh, there it is. And look at that sunshine. A really good looking sunset. As we look at Schoen's Roofing at South 6th Street and Perkins. We've got temperatures currently in the 20s, 24 in Beatrice, 25 Nebraska City, but still cold. Look at O'Neill, 8 degrees. That fresh pack of snow on the ground, keeping things a little chilly in north central and northeastern Nebraska. Here's what it looks like as we head through tonight. We're going to see a wind out of the southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures slowly dropping into the teens. And then I think by tomorrow afternoon, a pretty normal February 1st. Temperatures in the middle 30s. Can you guys believe tomorrow is the first day of February? So we'll talk more about the February forecast in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Rusty. Thank you very much. After more than 3 years, the COVID national and public health emergencies will officially expire on May 11th. It will mean the end of free tests and treatments for many Americans.
One big change, access to free COVID home tests. Also, expect more cost sharing for certain therapeutic treatments as well from your insurance company. And who will be impacted the most once these emergencies end in May?
The uninsured and those with insufficient insurance will be the hardest hit, as has always been the case in our healthcare system. They stand to lose the most. They do not have a guaranteed access to these things.
But something to remember, even with the declarations ending, is that almost everyone's insurance will still get free vaccines even after the federal supply is gone. Many social media sites allow children to join when they become a teenager.
But the U.S. Surgeon General believes 13 is still too young for children to be on those platforms. Most of the popular social media sites are ages 12 and up. Only Twitter has a 17 and older requirement. In early teen years, the Surgeon General says kids are still developing their identity, and social media can have a major impact.
And I think that it's a time, early adolescence, where kids are developing their identity, their sense of self. It's a time where it's really important for us to be thoughtful about what's going into how they think about their own self-worth and their relationships. And the skewed and often distorted environment of social media often does a disservice to many of those children.
Even in China, where TikTok was developed, there's an age and time restriction on the Chinese version. Those under 14 can only access it on youth mode for 40 minutes a day. Advocates want similar controls here in the U.S. Still to come on the news tonight, a winter storm encasing parts of the south in ice,
causing crashes and flight delays. The latest on the storm and your local forecast right after the break.
The new iMart Express is
More than 40 million people from New Mexico to Virginia are under winter weather alerts. At least 2 people were killed in separate accidents in Texas.
Forecasters say ice will continue to build up into Thursday. Slick roads kept semis at a standstill near Fort Worth and toppled this sand truck not too far away. Worsening conditions snarled sky traffic as well, with more than 3,000 related U.S. flight delays and cancellations, according to FlightAware. And that wasn't a surprise to some awaiting flights in Dallas.
We were taking a trip to a conference in Orlando, and I looked at the weather before we left, and I told my wife, I said, I have a feeling flights might get canceled. Should I do this or not? But I went ahead and did it anyway, and lo and behold, flights got canceled.
The National Weather Service in Fort Worth says refreezing slush will worsen anticipated ice buildup.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
That's music to my ears, too, to any meteorologist's ears. If you check the weather, you know what's coming, and that guy wasn't surprised. So, way to go. But look at this. It is a big area of winter weather advisories, ice storm warnings, winter storm warnings, and then winter weather advisories on the fringes to our south. And I mean, this is an area that doesn't see winter weather very often. So they are likely going to struggle with what's happening. But around here, it was a nice day. Temperature-wise, a little cool, but a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. This is Honda of Lincoln at South 21st and 27th and Yankee Hill Road. Gorgeous sunset going on. Goodness, not a cloud in the sky. On the chilly side, sure. 25 at Lincoln Airport, 25 Yankee Hill Road, Firth and Seward at 23. Milford, the cold spot, at 21. It is 19 though in York, so a little bit cooler there. Columbus also at 21, Grand Island, and then some teens from Kearney to Hastings, 17 and 18 degrees. So it's cold, but it's warmer than it was 24 hours ago by 10 to almost 20 degrees, 17 degrees warmer in Omaha, 12 degrees warmer in Lincoln, only 9 degrees warmer in York, 10 degrees warmer in Beatrice. A little bit of a wind though, so it does give us a touch of a wind chill. That southwest wind, it will try to keep us warmer tonight. It's not going to do a very good job, but it is also giving us a wind chill. Single digits for the wind chill from Columbus, York, Aurora, Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney at 6 for that wind chill. So it is a little chilly out there, and the entire state is a little chilly. Below 0 wind chills from Broken Bow to O'Neill, where it was really cold this morning. Actual low this morning in Scottsbluff was 22 degrees below 0. At least it feels like 12 degrees above 0 now. Satellite radar, very, very quiet. So just a couple of clouds as we head through the overnight. I'll zoom out and show you. This is that system that's going to be hindering parts of the south. You'll notice it tries to throw a few clouds our way as we head through Wednesday afternoon. There's the mixed precipitation once again moving into Oklahoma, Arkansas, eventually moving into Missouri. But for us, maybe just a few clouds here and there. That's about it. So a very quiet weather pattern. Forecast for tonight, temperatures will drop into the single digits briefly, but I think we'll bump right back up into the teens as we get into the early morning hours. The average low is 15, so a little below average with mostly clear skies and 8 in Lincoln. Then highs tomorrow, February 1st, not bad. Right around the middle 30s, 35 in Lincoln, 34 Beatrice, maybe a little cooler towards Columbus, Grand Island, Kearney, Hastings, the lower 30s, but 35. The normal is 37, so we're going to be really close to where we're supposed to be this time of year. Due in part to a southwest wind at 10, 15, maybe up to 20 miles per hour with those mostly sunny skies. Just not a bad day for the first day of February. Groundhog Day. I never believe what he says. 36 degrees on Thursday, 35, and probably people say that about me too. 35 on Friday, and then look at that. Saturday and Sunday and Monday, temperatures in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Just a slight chance for some rain on Monday. It's just a small chance. This is a very, very dry 10-day forecast, and it's unfortunate. We're way behind where we should be for precipitation this winter, so we might have some catching up to do as we head through the rest of February, but the first 10 days are looking very quiet and pretty warm.
Yeah, I was just going to say mild temperatures for the start of February, and after this cold snap, though, I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate those.
Yes, our gas bill kind of needs it.
Yes.
Needs a little help, doesn't it?
All right, thank you very much, Rusty. Hey, it was a great day on Wall Street. The Dow jumping 369 points. NASDAQ is up 191. S&P gaining 59. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, the nation.
Salvage Warehouse.
Battling off the germs that cause sore throats starts with keeping up to date on vaccinations, washing your hands, disinfecting surfaces, and avoiding touching your face. Don't let the pig damage your health. Start your training at catchgoodhealth.org.
Want your house to wow? Give it to the Emo Flooring Treatment. Tile, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, and the best in shop flooring. Our Emo Flooring Dream Team will ensure you're satisfied every step of the way. Visit us today for your in-store consultation. Emo Flooring on South 14th.
Trillion Health and hormone therapy, peptide therapy, gynecology, sexual medicine, medical aesthetics. Offices in Omaha, Lincoln, and Norfolk. View our schedule and book online at trillionhh.com. Insurance accepted.
Special report. Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with talk, text, and data. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Still?
Yeah.
How many pages got left?
30.
Break time.
Good looking out.
I got you.
Right now, buy one of your faves and get another for only $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
2022 was the best year ever at Kia of Lincoln. Now it's a new year with new selection and a new savings event, plus financing from 2.9% APR. Kia of Lincoln, 1145 North 48th Street. Always open at kiaoflincoln.com.
Salvage Warehouse has the best selection of new and used furniture for every room. We offer a wide variety of furniture options, including new mattresses available in all sizes. Stop by today for the income tax sale and receive up to 25% off on all items at Salvage Warehouse.
Here was an interesting sight in Nebraska. Drivers in southwest rural Nebraska might have seen some traffic delays thanks to a large cattle herd.
The Chase County Sheriff's Office shared this video on Facebook saying the herd is probably one of the largest ones they've ever done. This was over at the intersection of Highway 61 and 727 Road. That's just south of Imperial. Take a look at that long line. That is a lot of cows.
Probably faster than loading them all up and trucking them everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just cut them across.
All right, let's move on over. Check out the weather. I know it's dad humor.
Megan, can you smack him real quick? I mean,
oh.
Thank you.
I think that's the first time I've hit you on live TV.
Really? Charges will be
Video
filed.
evidence.
Workers' comp.
Oh, what did I do?
I can't type on my computer anymore.
Jeez. Well, at least it's nice outside. We've got a nice evening out there. No clouds, a nice looking sunset going on. A little on the chilly side, 25 Lincoln, 23 Beatrice, 21 in Columbus with that south to southwest wind at 10, 15 miles per hour. Teens also in Aurora, York, and Norfolk, 19 and 17 degrees. Not as much of a wind as out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not a cloud in the sky across the entire state, but a lot of cows in southwest Nebraska, or so I'm told. Here's your Lincoln forecast over the next few days. Really right around normal. Our normal high this time of year is 37. And that's where we'll be on Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays, around 35, 36, maybe 37 degrees. Plenty of sunshine. High pressure kind of in control. It's not that cold Arctic high pressure, but it is going to get cold tonight. Temperatures will drop to around 8, but I think we warm up fairly quickly. By noon, we should tack on another 20 degrees and be around 28. degrees by noon. Southwest wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. By 3 o'clock, that's when we top out around 35 degrees with that chilly sunshine, and 31 degrees as we head through 6 p.m.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is coming up next with David Muir. We'll see you back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
The spas are here. Truckloads of spas arriving weekly. Hurry in today. These spas are going fast. Spas are in stock and ready for immediate delivery.